I've had people wanting to like talk to me about this, well, sorry, wanting me to talk about this just because, it was our generation's OJ Simpson, and it was the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Now, from the get go, I remember when it all first went down, like I seen the videos and I saw all the things that happened, I saw all the various angles and stuff like that. And at first, when people were like, "Oh, what do you think about Kyle? What do you think about Kyle?" and I was like, I'm gonna hold back a little bit until I get more information before I say anything concrete on it. But see, after a little while had passed and all the videos came out and I had a look at it, I said, "Yep, that's self defense. That is what Kyle did was self defense." However, I didn't want to talk about it too much on YouTube because you know how it is whenever you voice, sorry, not incorrect opinion, an unapproved opinion. So I didn't want to talk too much about it. However, I was intently watching the case, and I genuinely expected Kyle to be offered up as a sacrificial goat to the mob. I genuinely believe that because some of you may have heard that I don't exactly have the greatest opinion of the justice system. I think it is completely broken, and people get convicted not based on any type of objective fact, but people get convicted for political reasons because the government wants to send a message. And I thought that is what was going to happen with Kyle Rittenhouse, but then he got found not guilty of all the charges, and that blew my mind. Like, see with just how absolutely rotten all the institutions have been, especially over the last 5 years. I just he's gonna go away. He's gonna get handed like 3 life sentences, probably get the chair or something like that. Like, I was just like, yeah, he's not guilty. So that's why I'm not guilty on all charges. I was genuinely surprised, right? Even in a case where I watched the video and went, yep, that is 100% clear cut self defense. I still didn't have faith that he would get found not guilty. Like, that's how bad things go. I was like, yeah, this is objective fact doesn't fucking matter. I mean, look at like the Nazi, but I'll will be fair that Kyle Rittenhouse's case he caused a little bit more of a fuss than my own case. But even in my own case, even though it was objective fact that I was just telling a joke, yeah, I get found guilty anyway, and then everybody out there thinks that I'm a super ultra mega Hitler, and me and Buddha are currently goose stepping towards Poland. So basically, like, I have experience with the courts. They don't convict you on objective fact; they convict you for political reasons. And I'm amazed it never happened to Kyle. I'm amazed. Because if there's one thing that the state absolutely does not want, is people to think that they have the right to defend themselves. Like, the state does not want that. The state doesn't want you to have your guns. It doesn't want you to be able to defend yourself. It wants you to have to rely on the state for protection, which is what we are forced to do over here in the UK, and it's absolutely fucking atrocious. They're fucking terrible. Someone could be fucking have kicked their way into your house, and they're currently trying to force their way into your bedroom while you're in there with your wife and kids, and the cops will take about 4 hours to fucking show up. However, if you grab a baseball bat and you beat the crap out the guy that's trying to break into your room and hurt your family, yeah, you'll get arrested and you'll probably go to jail for that. Which has happened. It's happened a bunch of times in Britain. Which is why, like, the governments do not like you thinking you can defend yourself, especially defending yourself with lethal force. Which is why I didn't expect this to go the way it did, but I'm genuinely happy it did. And obviously, all the usual suspects came out screaming, saying, white supremacist is America, blah, blah, blah. No, believe it or not, this is the justice system for fucking once doing what it's supposed to do. Right? It looked at the facts of the case and it realised, yep, this person was enacting their legal right to defend themselves, defend their life, right? And I was just shocked. I was like, holy shit. A little white pill in these dark times. And one of the things that actually blew my mind as well is how many people on the left, despite constantly talking about the case and constantly referring to Rittenhouse, didn't actually have any idea about what happened. They didn't have any idea about the actual facts of the case. There's so many people out there, even now, who still believe that Kyle Rittenhouse killed 3 black people. They still believe that. They still think, which, no, he killed 2 white people in self-defense, and he disarmed a third right? And that was the facts of the case. But yeah, he killed. He was a white supremacist who went there. Yeah, those infamous Latino white supremacists. You know, everyone was like, how can he be like, you know, Latino? How can he be Latino? I mean, I believe he's Latino. He crossed a border and caused a lot of problems. You know, if the shooter crossed state lines, no, it turns out he crossed state lines with a weapon. No, it turned out that he did have business being in there because his mother actually lives in Kenosha. And the weapon actually came from someone who was legally allowed to own it, and also Kyle, being 17, was legally allowed to be in possession of that weapon because it was, I think, it's a long barrel rifle. Sorry, I'm not an expert in American gun laws or anything like that. You know, gun laws aren't exactly something we look into over here. All we know is they're all banned, all of them. But yeah, there was so many things about the case. Like, even though these people were constantly using Kyle Rittenhouse as an example of white supremacy, he was a white mass murderer, he was a Nazi murderer, blah, blah, blah. Even though they're constantly using that as a thing to beat people over the head with, they were absolutely fucking clueless about the actual facts of the case. And they still are. In fact, I would even go as far as to say that they fully well know the facts, but the facts are inconvenient, so they just, as usual, choose to disregard them. And one of the things that I'm thoroughly enjoying as well is all the tributes pouring in for the two men that were killed. One of them who was a wife beater, and one of them who was a repeated sodomizer of underage boys. Yeah, Rosenbaum, that little bald guy, the one that was going, shoot me, nigga, shoot me. And then Kyle obliged. But yeah, and people are like pouring in tributes to these brave heroes. What, the fucking pedo? The pedo Rosenbaum, the brave hero. Yes, very brave. Very brave. I'm sure it must have been very brave of him to take on all of those underage boys. Hero. Demigod, if you will. The patron saint of Peter. It's like, and also, and one of the things that blew my mind is see how we always talk about an awful lot about how like Hollywood celebrities are just so disconnected from reality. It's like, you know, every time they want to catch up on the news for the day, they get presented a little postage stamp of information from their agent, you know, information that's been perfectly curtailed to the things that they want them to know, and then they'll go on Twitter and just tweet some absolutely random garbage fucking shit. Fucking Mark Ruffalo sent out a tweet, you know, in remembrance of Jojo. They're talking about Rosenbaum, the brave Jojo. You know, like, I'm like, why are you sending condolences to a serial child rapist? You're sending condolences to a serial. Oh, sorry, I understand why. Hollywood, of course, would mourn the loss of one of their own. But yeah, as far as the has that been 8 minutes? Aye, brilliant. Do my best. Got to get my mid rolls, boys. At least I'm honest about it. But as far as the case actually goes with Rittenhouse, when I first saw it, blatant self-defense. Genuinely shocked he got not guilty. I'm genuinely shocked at seeing the justice system actually doing what it's supposed to do. Right, that was a surprise, but a welcome one. Right, and then there's also all the other stuff about the left. By the way, they're never going to shut up about the Rittenhouse case. They're never ever going to shut up about it. Right, this is going to be something that then, even though all the details and facts of the case were all laid out bare, you know, in dozens and dozens of hours of court footage. Right, even though it was all laid out there for everyone to see, it's all still there. You can go and watch it and research it yourself. They won't. They're going to completely disregard all of it, and they are going to keep using it as a club to beat everybody over the head with. But just so everyone is clear, self-defense is your legal, natural right. Right, it's got nothing to do with the Pardon me, sorry, Coke Zero. It's got nothing at all to do with the government. It is your legal, natural right to be able to protect yourself from anyone that is trying to violently attack you. If that means lethal force, then so be it. Fuck around and find out.